Have you ever tried lodging a tourist visa but was denied by the immigration? And in your second attempt, was again refused for the same reason. And by the third time, you thought that you'll get it right, but was again refused. Hi, my name is Teresa Cardona. I'm a lawyer and a registered migration agent from Auspac Visa, where we help Filipino professionals, partners, families, students, graduates, trainees, and our kababayans to migrate to Australia. If you are new here, please click that big subscribe button and all the links that I mentioned in these videos. So you can find the links in the description below. Now, there are various reasons why a tourist visa is refused by the immigration. But what I will only do is to direct you to the two important ones that cause a high percentage of visa refusal. So the first one is about the purpose of your visit to Australia. Now, all of those who are wanting to visit Australia have one reason or another. Now, in fact, it is not extremely hard to find a reason or reasons why a foreigner wants to visit Australia. Now, we, the residents of Australia, know all this because Australia, we know, is a wonderful country with nice beaches, Instagrammable views, great food, and great people. Now, adding to that list is the fact that Australia is now one of the most safest countries in the whole world and almost free from COVID-19 threats. So, there's really not much point telling the immigration why you want to visit Australia. But there is a big difference if you show to the immigration what you would want to see in Australia, what you would want to experience in Australia, what you would want to enjoy in Australia, and why you would want to stay in Australia for the length of time you are requesting to stay. So this means that you must show to the immigration that you are a tourist and will do exactly what a tourist would do. So this also means that your request for travel to Australia is consistent with the activities that you would do in Australia. So you will not request for 6 months to travel to Australia if you only want to see the Sydney Opera House, the Harbour Bridge, or the Bondi Beach, okay? Because you're not going to stay there sunbathing for 6 months, right? So, in addition, do not apply for a tourist visa when there is a more appropriate visa that is available for you. So, for example, if you are married to an Australian citizen or Australian PR and then you want to travel to Australia on a tourist visa to be with your partner, you've got to stop there because tourist visa may no longer appropriate for you. You will need to apply for a partner visa unless you prove that your travel to Australia for a short visit is compelling and compassionate. So another example is student visa is available if you want to study in Australia. So don't apply for a tourist visa to study unless the duration of the course that you are getting is less than 3 months. So at the end of the day, what the immigration wants to see is if you're coming to Australia as a tourist, then you will have to be a tourist. Okay, now what does a tourist do? Now, a tourist is a person who is traveling especially for pleasure. So, think of all the activities that will bring you pleasure while in a foreign country. If you can work out this particular portion, then I think you have solved the issue on purpose. So being a tourist tells me that one would spend money, not earn it while in Australia, and willing to contribute to Australia's economic growth. So this will also, of course, tell me that one would spend money consistent with what he or she has or able to earn. Again, don't tell, but show it. Is the question, are you a genuine visitor to Australia? Sounds familiar? Yes, it does, because genuineness is a big word in the tourist visa application. So this is something that you need to watch out for. Now, second is about your connections to your home country. Now, a lot of tourist visa applications provide reasons why they are traveling or visiting Australia. So, as I mentioned, immigration is fully aware of the best and good reasons why people want to travel to Australia. So, what immigration wants to see is whether you have some exceptionally good reasons to the point of compelling to go back to your home country. Now, again, do not tell but show. So what could be your connections to your home country? Now, the best thing to do here is to examine your current situation. What are the things? What is your status? What are the groups? What are the activities that you cannot turn your back on? Seek and think about the precise reasons why you do not want to stay, as opposed to cannot stay in Australia for longer than what you need as a tourist. Okay, perhaps your job, your family, your involvement in the community, church attendance, Zumba or Zumba, friendship circles, planned gigs, senior parties, role in the community festivals, properties, other obligations, assets, business, grandchildren. Again, do not just tell, but show. And you know what showing means, right? Showing means that you will have to present evidence or supporting documents to all the claims that you made in your application. So what are the basic requirements? So when I say basic requirements, this is just the standard things that you need to put in your application. So if you need special, or if you are in a special circumstances and that you need other papers to support your application, you have to seek the help and assistance of a registered migration agent or a lawyer. So the basic requirements are, for the main applicant, would just be, the passport, birth certificate, the national identity card, driver's license, your SSS, your voter's ID, passport photo, and your health and travel insurance, bank account statements, certificate of employment if you are employed. If you're running your own business, then all the business papers supporting the existence of that business. And if you're attending a conference or school visits, you need to provide a letter of invitation or maybe a registration paper for the conference. And then the evidence of your assets in your home country, the evidence of the family members in the country of residence, and then itinerary of events that you are going to do in Australia, and then letter of invitation from a friend or from relatives in Australia. And if you are traveling or wanting to come to Australia using a guarantor or a sponsor, it would be best to provide the passport or at least the driver's license of the sponsor, the bank statement of the sponsor in the last 3 months, and the proof of relationship to the applicant, or a statutory declaration of support from your sponsor. Now remember that a tourist visa has 2 streams. Okay, the regular tourist visa and the family sponsored visa. So if you need any help in identifying which one is good for you and good for your future plans in Australia, you have to contact us, or you have to contact a registered migration agent or a lawyer. So again, if you are a Filipino and you've been wanting to travel or migrate to Australia, consider subscribing to this channel by clicking the big subscribe button and all the links we mentioned in the video. So I promise you, you will be updated and you will be informed of the latest about Australian immigration laws and concepts. So that's all. You have a good day. Click